What is the meaning of seeing with eyes unclouded by hatred?
What do you plan to do? What exactly are you here for?
To see with eyes unclouded by hate.
Eyes unclouded.
There is a reason why Lady Eboshi laughed so hard when Ashitaka tells her these genuine but naive words. She knows that seeing the world with unclouded eyes is the hardest lesson you can teach yourself. In the realm of animated movies, there are a few who can match the mesmerizing world that Princess Mononoke is. Directed by the legendary maestro Hayao Miyazaki, Princess Mononoke transcends the genre boundaries, delving deep into the themes of human versus nature and good versus evil. With its masterful animation, complex characters, and thought-provoking narrative, Princess Mononoke stands as a statement of Hayao Miyazaki's genius. Set in the mystical world of Japan, Princess Mononoke follows Ashitaka, the last prince of the Emishi tribe, who after protecting his people from a cursed boar, he finds that the curse has latched onto him, and he is set on a journey to lift that curse. Along his odyssey, Ashitaka stumbles on the conflict between the forest people and the Iron Town, and as he becomes entangled more and more in the story, he cannot see with eyes unclouded by hatred, because there are no two black and white sides. All of the characters are several shades of grey. It is perhaps the most philosophical Studio Ghibli movie that I came across. As an English major, I was taught not to use the words good and evil. But in this video, I will be defying this idea. At its core, Princess Mononoke is a timeless battle between good and evil. Our protagonist, Ashitaka, becomes embroiled in the violent conflict between the inhabitants of the mystical forest and the expansionist ambition of Lady Eboshi and her people. As the story unfolds, we witness the clashing between the two ideologies. The characters are forced to confront their own beliefs. At the beginning, I did not understand the line,
"It's your fate to go there and see what you can see with eyes unclouded by hate."
but suddenly it clicked with me. Maybe Miyazaki doesn't define the word evil as I do. Normally in movies there are a perfect duality between good and evil. You're almost morally trained to pick the good side. You choose Thor's side, not Loki's. You choose Rapunzel's side, not the witch's side. You choose Luke Skywalker's side, not Darth Vader's. The distinction between both sides is quite easy. One of the sublime aspects in Princess Mononoke is its examination of the nuanced relationship between nature and human. The film showcases the inevitable consequences of human greed. We witnessed the wrath of the forest gods, how they seek revenge on and resort to the destruction of humankind. Miyazaki masterfully portrays the sharp contrast between the purity of nature and the irreversible damage of human interference. You see, Miyazaki is a great artist, but he's an even better storyteller. The boundaries between what's right and what's wrong, what is good and what is evil, are very blurred in this movie. Lady Eboshi, who presents human desire for industrialization and modernity, but she is not simply a villain. Instead, Miyazaki allows us to understand her motives.
Young men like you, I know what rage feels like, and grief and helplessness, but you must not take your revenge on Lady Eboshi. She's the only one who saw us as human beings.
Same goes with the forest gods. We understand the enigmatic Princess Mononoke. Both sides has their own flaws and their own complexities. The forest is not merely a backdrop, but a living, breathing entity that has a role in the movie. It responds to the actions done to it. It offers destructive consequences to human interference. Princess Mononoke is centered around the conflict between nature with its barbaric form and innate violence. And on the other side, we have humans with their modern thought and uncontainable ambitions. This division turns both sides into monsters. Our prince Ashitaka finds himself in a dilemma. He is trying to seek the impossible. He's trying to seek the absolute truth. This is the actual curse that's on Ashitaka. He's trying to find what is right, and he carries this burden with him throughout the movie. Until there's a point in the movie where he suddenly stops and understands that this is so much more than just like right and wrong. He saw goodness in evil and evil in goodness. He understood that both nature and humans are complicated. The movie is not simply complaining from human interference in nature or nature's very aggressive response to that. The movie is not complaining at all. While I initially thought that nature in its purest form is the best ultimate goodness, but then again I started thinking, combining this purity of nature with humans' modern thought, this is the best form of life. But then again I started thinking, maybe none of that, because we could see this throughout the movie. And then again I found myself in a vicious cycle, just like Ashitaka. I found myself thinking in a very simple way. What is good? What is evil? What's the right answer? What is the best choice? These are not the right questions that you should be asking in Princess Mononoke, nor should you be asking that in real life. Again, humans and nature are complicated. At the beginning, I saw Lady Eboshi as a gun-whipping woman who is greedy and selfish. She's just simply nature's enemy. She introduced labor, pollution, and war. But then again, I started thinking that she has solved slavery, illiteracy, famine. Her people are so grateful for her because she saved them. They were constantly being attacked by other kingdoms, but she offered them a solution. She offered them a way to defend themselves. And of course, this has to come with a cost. The cost of cutting down trees, the cost of stealing nature's resources. She is simply a good leader. Perhaps Prince Ashitaka is the moral of the story. Although he carries an evil curse that has latched over his body, he doesn't hesitate to see the goodness in every side of the story. He forgives the wrath of nature, which initially put this curse on him. He doesn't simply jump into conclusions, but instead he observes. He sees both sides of the stories, and he constantly stops himself from picking and choosing a certain side. He chooses to see the world with eyes unclouded by hatred.
You're on their side, you always were!
No! What I want is for the humans in the forest to live in peace!
Visually, Princess Mononoke is a breathtaking work of art. The audience are able to see intricate details in his work of art. This distinctive animation style adds another layer to Princess Mononoke. It showcases landscapes and machinery, transporting the world into something that's familiar to the viewers, yet it's so fantastical. In conclusion, Princess Mononoke stands as a mesmerizing piece of art, exploring the timeless themes of good versus evil, humans versus nature, and quickly debunking all of these themes. It remains a cinematic gem that will continue to inspire generations and generations, leaving a mark in every viewer's heart.